My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review for The Leftovers Season 1. And this is a show I've been meaning to watch for quite some time. Like, many people love this show. Many people say it's one of the most underrated shows ever made, and some people even go as far to say it's one of the best shows ever made. So, honestly, I went into it with very high expectations, and after watching season 1, meh, I, I was actually quite underwhelmed by it. Like, it's not bad, I'll keep watching it, but I'm not too impressed so far. But let's begin by talking about the cast. And Justin Theroux can be a very good actor. I thought he was hilarious in Beetlejuice, but this is the best performance I've seen from him yet. I just think he plays this character so incredibly well, and I like how he is flawed, but you still can't help but root for him. So he definitely stood out. Carrie Coon, I mostly know for her performance in Gone Girl, in which I thought she was incredible in that movie. Like, she's barely in it, but she left such a huge impact. But she does a great job here. She has a lot to work with, and she is always convincing, and I thought she did great. Amy Brenneman, for the most part, plays a silent character, and I think she does a great job. You always know what she's thinking and feeling on just her body language, and I was quite impressed. And I didn't know Margaret Qualley was in this show, but I thought she did a really good job as well. She brought plenty of personality and depth to her character. Christopher Eccleston, who I actually mainly know from G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra, because I haven't seen Doctor Who, but he does a perfectly fine job. His character just doesn't really stand out to me, though. Liv Tyler is fine, but I don't think her character is particularly interesting. Emily Mead, I thought, did a pretty decent job. She doesn't have much to do, but she still stands out enough. Anne Dowd, I thought, did a good job, despite me not really caring for her character. Amanda Warren plays the male, and I thought she did a good job, and I like how she always has Kevin's back. Chris Salaka did nothing for me. He is very bland and he doesn't stand out in any way. Michael Gaston did a pretty good job, and Scott Glenn is actually very good. He's barely present, but there are some moments in which he is truly excellent. So the cast is what elevates this show. It is the best part about it. And I feel like people are going to really disagree with what I'm about to say, but I like the setup where 2% of the world's population just vanishes. I just don't think it's touched on nearly enough. Like, yes, people are dealing with grief and loss, but you never feel the scale of this worldwide event, and it's just not touched on nearly enough. But I do like the smaller character aspects of the show. There is many people just grieving and trying to move on, and we see how this event impacted so many people differently. And the main character, Kevin, is going through a lot, and there's a divorce and he's struggling with his daughter, and I thought all of this stuff was truly excellent. I really do. But then we get to the big problem with this show, in which everything else I just don't give a shit about. There is this court. And I just do not think this court is remotely interesting. And there's even a scene where Patty is discussing their beliefs and what they're trying to do. And I kept thinking to myself, this isn't as compelling as the writers think it is. It's kind of just blah and generic. I also didn't really care about this plot regarding these dogs. I don't really care about this plot regarding this character's blackouts. And there is a plot regarding this pregnancy, and I just did not give a shit. I truly did not. So, like, when it's focusing on Justin Theroux and Margaret Crawley and Carrie Coon, that stuff really stands out. Everything else, like there's an episode where it's focusing on the priest trying to raise money to save his church, and I just did not care. There's an episode where Carrie Coon goes to New York City, and I didn't care for that episode either. It's just so much, and lots of it does nothing for me. And there's this one episode where a character is like to another, you have a gun in your purse, and the other character is like, no. So then the other character checks her purse and there's no gun. So then that character breaks into the other character's house to look for this gun, and she finds it, and she thinks that proves her point correctly, and it just doesn't, and it's just a really stupid scene, actually. What else can I say? I don't know, I feel like I've said my piece. There's lots of potential with this storyline to explore religion and faith and doubt and grief and moving on and mortality and morality. Like, what makes a person good? What makes a person bad? There's so much potential here, and it taps into some of those ideas, just not enough and not as effectively as it should. I still think there is some really great character work here. There is some emotion present, and it's entertaining and engaging enough, and the cast does a great job. So I'll keep watching it, but the writing is really underwhelming for me so far. So I'll give The Leftovers Season 1 a 5.5 out of 10. Okay, have you seen The Leftovers Season 1? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin